President Biden's meeting with Japan's prime minister will occur in just a few minutes. In fact, we're looking down there to see if the motorcade has arrived just yet. It has not. The two leaders are expected to focus on how to counter a rising China. This comes as intelligence chiefs are warning that Beijing is eclipsing terrorist groups as America's top security threat. Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson serves on the Foreign Relations Committee and the Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committees in the Senate. He joins us now. Senator Johnson, let me play a little bit of what the FBI Director Christopher Wray said at a Senate meeting on Wednesday about China and the threat that it poses to the United States. Listen here.
I have testified previously that I don't think there is any country that presents a more severe threat to our innovation, our economic security, and our democratic ideas.
Now, this is something that the Trump administration was well aware of. We know the posture that President Trump took against Xi Jinping, even though the two did call themselves personal friends. But here we have now at the White House a man who not too long ago said, China's going to eat our lunch. Come on, man. Do you think this president has what it takes to counter a rising China, Senator?
Well, I certainly hope so, because China is a rising threat. Its malign activities are pretty apparent. They've been apparent. It's one thing that President Trump certainly was 100% correct at, that they are our biggest threat. They're the world's second largest economy. And my concern, and it has been my concern since we were doing our investigation in terms of the foreign entanglements of Hunter Biden and Biden Inc. with China, is we haven't unraveled all those. We don't have a clue what China might know about Joe Biden's activity, Hunter Biden's activity that they may be using as blackmail, and how that might impact our foreign policy and our relationship with China. So it was unfortunate that President Biden was elected and we have these foreign entanglements, but that's where we are.
One of the big concerns is that at some point, and it likely wouldn't happen until after the Beijing Olympics, otherwise everybody would likely boycott it, is that China may seek to take Taiwan back under its wing. Apparently, President Biden and Prime Minister Suga are going to issue a joint statement on that. What do you believe, Senator Johnson, the White House needs to say to China about Taiwan?
Well, I think what we need to do is we actually have to engage in action. And I think the action is going to be required is we're going to need to show us a show of force in terms of freedom of navigation operations, not only in the South China Sea and the Pacific, but also in the Black Sea as it relates to what Russia is doing in Ukraine as well. So we need to show strength and resolve. We should be talking about making sure that we maintain a strong military. I do believe you achieve peace through strength. I think that's exactly what President Trump achieved over his last 4 years. He kept our adversaries off guard. They weren't quite sure what he might do. And I think that actually worked to his and to the United States' benefit. But right now, I'm highly concerned that President Biden is being tested, and I certainly hope that he's up to the challenge. I have my doubts.
You know, we should point out, Senator, that on the left-hand side of your screen, as we're watching and listening to you, we see the ceremonial guard that's arranged there on the White House driveway in front of the West Wing entrance, where Prime Minister Suga is expected to arrive shortly. Here's what the latest Director of National Intelligence threat assessment dated April the 9th said about China. Quote, China increasingly is a near-peer competitor, challenging the United States in multiple arenas, especially economically, militarily, and technologically, and is pushing to change global norms. Should anyone, Senator, be under any illusions that China its ultimate goal is anything less than becoming the dominant superpower in the world?
No, because that's exactly what they're stating, and that's how they're acting. And so there can be no illusions at this point. You know, a couple decades ago, when we allowed China into the World Trading Organization, you know, we all hoped for the best. We were really counting on the fact that as China became more prosperous, its people would want more consumer goods, and they would just naturally tend toward more freedom and more democracy. But that is not what has happened. It's a totalitarian regime. It has all kinds of human rights abuses against the Uyghurs and other populations. It is a malign actor, and we need to treat it that way.
You know, there are a lot of concerns, Senator, too, that as America appears to be consumed with this idea of woke politics, that China is smirking at us all the way to global dominance. We'll see what happens. Senator Ron Johnson, good to talk to you today. We look forward to what President Biden and Prime Minister Suga have to say in a joint press appearance, 4:30 this afternoon. Appreciate your time today, sir.
Have a good day.